Getting and walking into this week like we own the calendar. This is Wake Up Nigeria, your favorite morning show with the perfect recipe for a fired up Monday. Now, yes, it's Monday, and well, how do you love Mondays? How do you love Mondays? Monday's cool for you? Monday's good for you? Well, we're going to ensure that it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful time this Monday for you. My name is Mike. Messikeno was set for a wonderful show, so just chill, sit back, relax. We're going to make it happen for you. Well, we'll take a look at what we have all on the show today. But remember, there are options where you can catch us. You can catch us live at tvcentertainment.tv, our website where we stream live /live streaming. You can also do that on YouTube at TVC Entertainment. That's the handle. Other options will be GOTV channel 16, StarTimes 1-1. The terrestrial band, that's for ultra high frequency. It will be 49 options where you can catch us. You can also do that via app, which is available on the Android Play Store and the Android Store and the Google, the Android and Apple iOS. You can catch us on those stores. Well, you can also do that on social media. Handle is at TVC Entertainment _ on Instagram, other places at TVC Entertainment. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria for engagement and interaction. We'll kick off this morning. We have a Chef Ada who is going to be treating us to party in a glass with a delicious red velvet and chocolate cake parfait. Chef Ada, you are vexing. Red velvet and chocolate cake parfait. Are we, what's the focus now? The cake or the parfait? Which one is it?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay, so the parfait has cake in it?
Yes.
Okay, that's
very yummy.
Double delight. I'm looking forward to it. You're welcome. It is great to have you on the show this morning. All right, we also have something on the beautiful game, of course. It was quite a chaotic weekend in different leagues across Europe. And, of course, when it comes to Nigeria also, the Flying Eagles, the under-20 boys, picked up the bronze medal. That's talking about the CAF bronze medal, even though they've also qualified for the World Cup. So great things on the horizon for our national under-20 team, the Flying Eagles. On SME, we will be welcoming Adewale Adegbaye, who is the CEO of Kijipa Couture. That is going to be quite an interesting one there when it comes to fashion and business. Looking forward to that one. Our final guest on the show this morning will be Tolulope Obanro, a Nigerian film composer, nominated for the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards 3 times in the Best Soundtrack category. He won the Best Music Score at the just concluded AMVCA 2025 as the composer of the musical score in 7 Doors. I don't know if you've seen that movie, quite something there. All right, that's the sides of what we have in store for you this Monday morning. Chill, sit back, relax. We will get straight into it after this time out. Good morning once again and welcome to the news on Monday, the 19th of May, 2025. My name is Mike Messikeno. Now, Pope Leo XIV has condemned the exploitation of the poor in his inauguration mass attended by world leaders and delegates from more than 150 nations. The 267th pontiff arrived at the Vatican on the Pope Mobile and was welcomed by the huge crowd as he toured St. Peter's Square. The Catholic leader expressed his concerns about the war in Ukraine in his prayer at the end of the service. Highlights of the inauguration are in this report.
In a moment of solemnity and celebration, the 267th pontiff of the Roman Catholic Church presided over his inaugural Mass, marking the official start of his leadership. The ceremony follows a deeply symbolic tradition. The fisherman's ring, a sign of papal authority, is placed on his finger. The Pope is also vested with a white woolen pallium, symbolizing his role as the shepherd of the Church. Ancient hymns fill the air, and the Gospels are read in Latin and Greek, signifying unity between the Western and Eastern churches. In his first homily, Pope Leo XIV calls for peace and unity, addressing global conflicts including the war in Ukraine and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Among the dignitaries who witnessed this historic event are U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and other leaders from Africa, Europe and Asia and the Middle East also gathered, reflecting the international significance of the Pope's investiture.
E con timore e tremore vengo a voi.
As the Mass concluded, Pope Leo blessed the faithful, marking the beginning of a new chapter for the Catholic Church. Pope Leo XIV's papacy begins with a call for unity in a divided world, and his message of hope and reconciliation resonates far beyond Vatican City. As he meets with global leaders in the coming days, many will be watching to see how his leadership shapes the future of the Church.
President Bola Tinubu has described the inauguration of Pope Leo XIV at St. Peter's Square as a symbol of unity in diversity. He said Nigeria is committed to interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence. The president was among several global leaders who attended the historic Mass, marking the beginning of Pope Leo XIV's ministry as the head of the Catholic Church. Also speaking at the Vatican City, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Bianca Ojukwu emphasized the global importance of the new Pope's mission, especially in areas of peace and conflict resolution.
It's consistent and the true sense of unity in diversity. And I'm greatly honored. We have to continue to work on it. It's a work in progress for the sake of our country and the continent as a whole.
I think it's very, very symbolic and indicative of the great solidarity that he continues to show, not just to the Muslim community, but to the entire Christian community. He has shown that this solidarity with the millions of people who are of the Catholic faith in Nigeria.
Well, I think for me, what the president has shown is that he's a man who is tolerant of all religions and who believes in interfaith harmony, and who has even demonstrated it by the kind of appointments he made.
It shows the fact that a Muslim president can be accepted and is liberal to carry the whole country along. So he represents not only the Muslim faith, but also Christians in Nigeria.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has seized more than 3.2 billion naira worth of opioids and arrested some suspects at Apapa Seaport in Lagos State and Port Harcourt Port in Onne, River State. One of those arrested was an 80-year-old who served a 10-year jail term between 2014 and 2024. The suspect was rearrested in Kaduna State with 2.3 kilograms of skunk. NDLEA operatives in Abia State raided the home of an 82-year-old grandmother with different quantities of methamphetamine, tramadol, skunk, and 130,600 naira were recovered. In another operation, 3 million pills of illicit drugs were seized at Port Harcourt Port and more than 169,000 bottles of codeine intercepted in Lagos State. NDLEA operatives also made arrests and seizures in Kwara State and on the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Now let's head to some sporting stories as we kick off with the EPL, where another superb Declan Rice strike and Arsenal victory over Newcastle to secure the Gunners a place in next season marked their final Premier League game at Goodison Park with victory against Southampton amid emotional scenes at the 133-year-old stadium. Nottingham Forest survived a nervous 16-minute spell of injury time to keep alive their hopes of Champions League football with victory over West Ham at London Stadium, while Jamie Vardy signed off at Leicester City in trademark style as he scored his 200th goal for the Foxes in a 2-0 victory over Ipswich Town. And this is what the table looks like. The win moves Arsenal on to 71 points as second on the log. Newcastle United, Chelsea and Aston Villa are third, fourth and fifth respectively with goal differences between them. Carlos Alcaraz holds the world number one Yannick Sinner's 26-match winning streak with a 7-6, 6-1 win in the Italian Open final. Sinner, playing in his first tournament since a 3-month doping ban, was hoping to become the first Italian men's singles winner at the tournament since Adriano Panatta in 1976. But after edging a 10th tie break, four-time Grand Slam champion Alcaraz was a class above in the second set, needing just 33 minutes to wrap up the title. Sinner had 2 set points in the first set, but hit a backhand return wide to let defending French Open champion Alcaraz off the hook. The 22-year-old Spaniard took full advantage with some masterful play in the second set, setting the title with a cross-court volley at the net.
The Spaniard completes the set of clay court Masters 1000s. He puts an end to Yannick Sinner's 26-match unbeaten streak.
And that's the news for the hour. We'll take a recess. Stay with us. We'll just get in the show on the road.
Good morning.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
All right, good morning and welcome back. I am with the wonderful and beautiful Chef Ada. It's great to have you. You're welcome.
Same here.
You're welcome. Of Posh Cakes
and confectionaries.
Okay,
yes.
You're welcome. And this
Thank
morning
you.
we're going to have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
We already have this prepared, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So I'm
It's
going
only
to
one cake I can see here. This one is gone. All right, but tell us, what are we doing today?
Okay, so I'm making I'm making red velvet and chocolate cake parfait.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you say red velvet and chocolate cake parfait, what exactly do you mean? That means, okay, the cake is different. You take the cake with the parfait, or the cake is in the parfait.
Okay, so it's a combination of the cake and whipped cream in a cup. So I have to crumble the cakes into a bowl.
Okay.
Then I'll just have to layer them.
We're not crumbling all of it, though.
We are.
Ada, you like trouble? Monday morning started.
So you can
I
go
am starting
round.
trouble. No, we'll just have half of it or something. That's what we're going to do. Eh? Okay, but tell us, what ingredients are you working with here?
Okay, so here I have my red velvet cake, my chocolate cake, whipped cream powder, water. Here we have some
Talking
chocolate
about water,
balls.
I really need to take some. I said water. I went to bring hot water. Is it good to take hot water in the morning?
So these are the toppings I'll be using today.
I said water. I want to bring hot water. But they say it's good to take warm water in the morning to start off. I guess I just need it now because I was feeling somehow. But yeah, okay. So let's go over it again.
Okay.
Once again.
My cake, red velvet cake, chocolate cake, whipped cream powder, water, and these are the toppings I'll be using.
Okay. What are this? Is
chocolate balls.
Chocolate balls. Okay.
Yeah, some cookies, chocolate
Oreos,
cookies,
wafers. Okay. What's in this too?
And this is chocolate sauce and strawberry sauce.
Okay. This is your measuring cup and all of that. Okay. We have that here. Oh, this looks very cool. This is how we are taking it. The spoons that we're taking there. And I'll put in this one.
Yeah, we're adding them.
Okay. Maybe let's start with the cake.
Okay.
What are we starting with?
Maybe the red velvet.
The red velvet, eh?
Or which one? Which would you prefer?
The red velvet, check me. It's just half we use for this thing, or 3/4. Let me even confirm because the way Chef Ada started this morning.
Okay.
You wanted to, but do we need something? You need a knife or something to cut it?
Not really, because I'm going to crumble everything into this bowl.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay, that's the one we are cutting.
No, I'm still going to add more.
You're breaking it in like that?
Yes.
Okay. 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 All right. Those are what the ingredients, as you can see there, for our cake, red velvet and chocolate parfait. Right?
You care for a slice?
What do you call it? It's a slice called. It's more than no.
Do you care for?
I just want to ensure that when you are doing this kind of thing, you have to make sure that things are in their whole as much as they are. But it's okay. It's basically you're smashing it.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay. The cake I've gone. We'll just keep it so that something that we can, I want to smash this one. But the smashing of this one will be done behind set, Focus on this one. Focus on this one. Focus on this one. Okay. But wonderful. I like this. That means that it's going to get to a point where you might not even be able to take off the cake from the parfait. It's all going to be in one mix like that.
Yes, it's going to be mixed up.
Wonderful.
The whipped cream.
That looks very.
It's a dessert, so you have to enjoy it alongside with the whipped cream.
Wonderful. And that's what now?
Whipped cream powder.
This is whipped cream, The same thing on both sides, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, right. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay.
Let me just keep this here.
Okay. Good. Good.
So I want to move over to the chocolate.
To the chocolates. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So we're doing it in another pan, right?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Shift this.
Okay, all right.
Forward a bit.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we're not doing. You know, as we did the same one. It's not. We're not doing everything to this one also.
Really?
Yes.
Is that what you want?
We're not. I like trouble. Don't start this Monday morning. Don't start. Okay, I even left some of this thing. Okay. Let's just focus on all of that. Yeah.
So we're going to crumble this too.
We're going to crumble this also. Wonderful.
Yes.
That looks quite nice. You know, the concept of red velvet. I think with chocolate they go.
Yes.
And maybe vanilla. Which one go? Which
Vanilla.
one blends the most when it comes to red velvet?
Either vanilla or chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah. Either of the two.
Okay, wonderful. So this will quite mean that are there any other ingredients that we use for the parfait that are not here now? At the
No.
moment?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just this.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So this is something you can just whip up early in the morning, just before you get out and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, with your favorite cake, but you can use any other type of cake you want, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
So can I place
good.
this
Okay.
here?
Yes. Oh, of course. Let's keep it safe for you there. All right.
Okay.
So what comes up next?
Okay, so I have to arrange my cups.
All right. Let's do that arrangement. Let's do that arrangement. So something for you early in the morning. I think it's the best time. You're going out to work. You're going out. You know that if you have an aversion for sugar or something sweet, you're probably going to burn it out. So that's why I would say that's perfect for you to take in the morning just before you go out. But like she mentioned, a cup of water, and it's warm. This water is warm. Okay, they said it's good to take warm water, right? Okay, so yep, that goes into the trash.
Yeah.
And we're good. So we're getting ready to set up the other part of the mix, right?
Yes. Okay, so before I add in the cakes, I need to whip my cream, my whipped cream powder and water into a bowl.
Into a bowl, okay.
So
This
it's a
bowl is
clean
okay for
bowl.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, that water, is that what you're going to use?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not using everything.
You're not using everything?
But just
all
some
right,
of
that's
it.
good. That's good. That's
Okay,
good.
so this is 5 cups of whipped cream
Okay,
powder. It's measured
they're already pre-measured
yes.
before you brought them here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Does the water have to be? Can it be cold?
It has to
What's
be
the temperature?
chilled.
It has to be
It has
chilled.
to be chilled,
Why
yes.
so?
Well, just to make the whipped cream stable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It has to be cold.
All right.
So
and
I'm
then you also have to
adding in-
measure the
Yes.
level of water. I can't just pour
Yes.
any.
So I'm adding in
measurement.
2 cups of this.
Okay.
Well, let me just make it 2.5 cup.
Okay. All right. That's the half here.
Yes.
If you just pour it
Okay.
anyhow, it's possible that the texture.
It will become watery.
Yeah. You don't want to become too watery and all of that. So you have to measure out the quantity that you expect to use, right?
Yes. you
Okay.
have to.
All right. So let's go. What would we use to
my
mix
goodness,
this?
okay.
Anything here that?
Here. So I can.
Okay. Oh. All right. We have to connect it
Yes,
and
we
whisk
have
it.
to.
I'd love to. I've loved them. Okay, we don't have a socket yet. I've loved them to see how it mixes, but yeah, let's see. Okay, I could do something here like this. Okay, we're getting it sorted, and yep,
Okay.
that's it. It's in. Okay, so yeah, we're mixing this, and you can see the ingredients right there. I wish you could see this. This is so cool.
So we're going to do this. So we're
Okay.
going to mix it up for 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes?
to 6 minutes. Yeah.
But some people do this manually, right? But it's going to be
Yes,
stress.
yeah.
But it's going to be stress. So this is a whisking machine. What do you call it?
Yes. Hand
Whisker.
mixer.
Hand mixer.
Yes.
This is cool. It's cool. Let me do this one. So you go like this for how long?
For like 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. Till it becomes stable. Yeah. No, you haven't gotten to this stage. Can you see it's now getting...
Yeah. So this goes on for 5 minutes like this?
Yes.
Okay. They've seen it, don't they heavy for my hand? Okay.
So how many minutes?
Bless, we'll never reach 1 or 2. Are we timing? But do you have to see how you want it to look, or just when the time is done, you take it out?
So I can see it's taking shape already.
Okay.
You have to keep whipping it for like another 3 minutes.
What other things can you whip with this machine?
So many things. Your egg.
Okay, egg.
Yeah,
Okay.
your egg. So this is actually a small hand mixer. I have a bigger set.
Oh, there are bigger ones, eh?
Yes,
So if you want to do a large quantity of cake and all of that.
Yes. So we're almost there. We're almost there. So you have to keep spinning it.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
I love the texture. I love how all of this comes together and it's putting and getting in place. Okay, all right, this is cool.
We're almost there.
If I had to use my hand to whisk, this would be a very hard job.
It won't be that hard. If you're used to
have you ever tried?
Yes, I have. I have. Those days I was stranded. Those days I was stranded.
Okay.
The gen wasn't working. There was no light. I had to make it with my hands.
That would really be something, you know. That would really be something.
You have to always have a plan B.
Okay, okay.
So I think it's okay now.
Okay, is it?
Yes. And you don't have to overwhip.
Okay, you don't have to
Yes.
overwhip, eh?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is fine.
Okay. Yes, yes. Yeah, we can.
So let me drop this.
Okay. You want to drop it in? Okay, let me take this out.
You can leave this here for now.
Okay, we can leave this here. All right, so let's get to see. For some of you who just saw this, if you're just joining us, we're putting together Chef Ada's special chocolate and vanilla.
No, chocolate and red velvet.
Thank you. Chocolate and red velvet. Red velvet and chocolate sounds better than chocolate and red velvet.
Okay.
Red velvet and chocolate parfait, as you can see the ingredients there. And we smashed the cakes, like smashed it to bits. And we've already whipped our cream here with 2.5 cups of water.
Yes.
That's what we used. So it was well measured. So it's not just like you fling in water and expect everything to come together. And so we're going to, but you'd hold on because we'll take a very short break.
Oh, okay.
We'll take a very short break. And hopefully Titi and Mary don't come and chase me out of here because I just saw them peeping and peeking in and they think, oh, this one, let's hide it from Mary, this chocolate. It's only for everybody. All right, we'll take a very short time out now. Stay with us. You'll get to see the next stage when we get back.
Right.
Greatest Stars reality docu-series Battle Camp.
Perfection. Endure grueling punishments.
Showmax unveils the Mummy Club Mbo, a dazzling new chapter in its hit reality franchise.
Getting home, my baby wakes up, so I haven't even taken a nap.
The Queen is here late to an event.
Don't come to my house and break things.
These and many more coming up on today's episode of Reality Check. But first, let's meet our commentators. Joining us as a special guest is Victory Bakara, winner, Nigerian Idol Season 8, and a surprise mentor on Nigerian Idol Theatre Week.
Who told you to buy me the man that was not providing?
You say you are going outside. What you end up doing is going outside.
But
the providing part, you not come back empty handed.
I will not accept that. Nigerian men do not cheat. I don't get it. I will not accept that. Stop internationally ruining us because we have international fans. Hello guys, it's your boy Victory Bakara, winner of Nigerian Idol Season 8 and mentor at Nigerian Idol Season 10, and I'm here live at Reality Check at TVC. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and who knows, I guess I'll see you soon.
Entertainment means music, Electronic dance music because I love house music. Dancing in the bathroom, maybe. Hopping around, dancing in your underwear, listening to music, eating suya, or maybe tozo sometimes. And food and comedy is entertainment to me.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Entertainment means the world to me. Entertainment means traveling, sitting on the beach, sipping some nice wine, drinking some pina colada, eating some pineapple rice. Entertainment means being in studio, working, creating magic, creating music. Entertainment means riding bicycle or entering Okada and experiencing nice breeze. Entertainment is life to me. I can't do it without entertainment.
On SME this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, we have Adewale Adegbaye Kiji, who is the founder of Kijikpa Culture, an award-winning brand, also multiple award-winning brand, I must say, aka Kijikpa Africa. He's also a fashion designer and writer. An iconic brand it is. It's so good to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Thank you so very much. Good morning.
All right, so when we talk Kijikpa, this is the brain behind that brand. Do tell us, how was this conceptualized? Was it something that grew gradually, or it was just a vision you'd always had?
Okay, so it's a concept birthed from the earth of Africa.
Okay.
For Africa to sell Africa possibly to the world through fashion. So Kijikpa is an ancient African fabric dated back to over 400 years ago. The fabric they used to take your forefathers from Africa, slaves to diaspora, and then they brought it back as khaki and denim and sold it to us as originally, you know, originating from them. But actually it's ours, it's us, and the Kijikpa Couture brand is created to intentionally sell the Nigerian lifestyle to the world through every other piece, wherever it is sold, bought or won across the world.
Amazing, amazing. Well, of course, business has its challenges, and I'm sure you've faced a fair share of yours through the years. But then, what is that challenge that you could never, ever ignore when talking about your history, the history of your brand?
Okay, so it's multifaceted, but basically it's the challenge of transmitting your vision, you know, into the whole system from your value chain and production, you know, to your team, and of course, to ensure that eventually all these efforts translates to building a sustainable global fashion brand.
Which brings me to something. The global fashion brand you mentioned also relates to the fact that, of course, your business has its own ups and downs, just as you mentioned. However, dealing with all of these people, all of these tiers of achieving your goal as a fashion brand, how do you manage the entire situation? How do you put things together? Is it that you get the right hands in places, or this is something that you control more like a puppeteer? Is this something you are still very hands-on, or you have people that you trust?
Okay, so so as a visionary of your business or brand, you can't be out of the system. You can create a working system for yourself by drafting out a DNA, you know, of how the operations will be. And then when I say DNA, I mean there has to be an original element of the whole conceptualization of the idea, you know, that would now transmit into every facet of your operations, your brand experience, and of course your product experience as well. So it's a long and endless chain, you know, of ensuring that that major element that, you know, stands you out as a brand is being followed and ensued till the endless time that you would leave the brand here on earth, and then it keeps going on and on and on.
A legacy.
Yeah, as a legacy.
Now, at the start of the conversation, you mentioned our khaki and, of course, the jeans fabric sourced from Africa and all. Now, there are several brands that actually use this fabric. However, you have a unique way of using it. So I dare ask, what sets your brand apart from every other brand making use of the same fabric?
Okay, so the story behind, you know, every concept that comes from ateliers. So what I'm wearing this morning is the Afro Dandy. It's from the Afro Dandy collection, you know, that we just dropped.
It looks really
right,
good.
and this is inspired by the Met Gala, you know, that's just been concluded in the month of May in the U.S. And it's a whole lot of inspirational experiences of history, you know, the Black history in America, you know. So we look into stories, we look into culture, we look into, it doesn't have to be Nigerian, so we just came back from Ghana, and experiencing Ghana and creating, you know, chains of spaces where we're sold in Ghana, and then bringing back one of the most traditional and beautiful piece called Batakari in Ghana.
Batakari?
Making it better, silhouette, more stylish, and more functional. And then it's sold in Nigeria already in like about 6 stores as we speak right now. So we're intentional about every of our piece. We're intentional about the storytelling part of it. And then, of course, the silhouettes and then the functionality. And that's what I think stands out the Kijipa Couture brand from every other brand across the world.
Now, you mentioned the fact that this outfit is inspired by the Met Gala. And I wonder, this paper, like a newspaper, right? What inspired this particular?
Okay, so it's the news. It's all over the news. The Met Gala 2025 was all over the news, splattered about. And that's why we have, you know, an element of the newspaper fabric print, you know, mixed on the khaki silhouette. And then, of course, the cut, you know, the functionality. And then, of course, we're not going to forget the cowrie as, you know, part of the element that comes from, you know, the core part of Africa. You know, so this piece is meant to tell you you're African. It's meant to remind you that your forefathers that were taken down actually isn't, you know, use fashion as a way or as a getaway, you know, to get, you know, some kind of livelihood value and some kind of happiness in the midst of that darkness of suppression, oppression, and enslavement. You know, so if you hear the likes of Dapper Dan talking about, you know, their experiences in Harlem, it wasn't a funny one. So it was just, you know, that they took fashion as a getaway and an element to, you know, rejuvenate themselves and revalue themselves. And that's why we have the Met Gala, and then that's why the Met Gala experience is birthing the Kijikpa Couture Afro Dandy pieces that is rolled out this month.
This is available in different colors, right?
Different colors, different fabrics,
Okay,
you know,
so
different accentuations.
out of curiosity, how much will this cost someone who wants to walk into one of your stores to buy?
So this is about 180,000.
180,000
Yeah,
naira.
yeah.
Okay. Now that brings me to the collection itself.
Yeah.
How often do you come up with new collections? Is it an annual thing or twice a year? That's biannual. How often?
Okay, so that takes us back to the question you asked initially about what stands out us out as a brand. So we're not your regular kind of brand. We, like I said, make researches, and then once we get a research and we look at the market trend and we think that a particular piece is going to sell, then we create a particular line that is endless. We're not going to stop producing the lines. We have a lot of lines that are being sold, you know, in their thousands to people across the world. You know, I'm sure people watching this program will be, a lot of people watching is rocking, you know, one or two of our pieces across, you know, all countries of the world. Now, answering that, if there are events that are, you know, that invites us for partnership, we create a collection. So the last one we created was for EcoBank Ojaoge. We opened the show at the EcoBank, just completed EcoBank Ojaoge, and then we created a particular beautiful African-inspired collection called Odeoge. And Ode in Yoruba means we're outside,
yeah,
you know,
we're outside, more like
Odeoge, you know, and then it's a 11-piece collection that is beautiful, and it all sold out at the EcoBank show.
It has been quite an interesting conversation with you. I have loads of other questions for you. Unfortunately, we have to move on. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
And I wish Kijikpa Couture the best as always.
Thank you so very much.
The iconic brand itself.
Yes.
At this point, we have to take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amade Doja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
The other requesting for tickets and it's going wild. Yes!
Man, you resemble your father.
In that case, I want a special order.
called Gen Z Papi.
Gen Z Papi.
Who is this Homo sapien?
Oh, you mean that hippopotamus? You want to spoil my children?
I'm Masiko.
And you're welcome to the biggest fight of the century. My name is Zayn and I'll be your commentator for this match.
Papi!
I'll record a song for you.
Can you even read or write?
Not be wrong guess, you be.
This na my real face.
No!
Start singing for me.
You and I will be as one.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Okay. Good morning, Mikey.
See, the person that came in.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm greeting you because of cake.
She didn't even greet herself and greet the audience. Just started. We are sent me this morning. The first time they saw you, you know, we say, "Good morning, audience. I'm sorry for coming late."
Why are you like this? Why are you calling us out like this? Is it because we look this good this morning? No. Is that it?
So much cake in front of you.
As in, seriously.
He actually has chocolate
and red velvet in front of him.
No, it's the chocolate that I'm even very
But great to have you guys. You're welcome. Good morning.
You missed us.
Yes, yes, I did.
Oh, you missed us.
You guys are
Mike, you did. You missed us. I think I'm going to cry. Good morning, Chef.
Well,
Good morning.
we do have some cake here, so definitely.
Please pass it.
So she is the bearer of great cake.
First.
No, I pass it to you.
She will not give me.
This is not supposed to be eating cake.
Mary knows that I'm not going to give her.
Well, Mary knows. Nah, don't worry. I got you, Mary.
Don't worry. The chef has us covered.
She does. But yeah, earlier on we've been with Chef Ada. Chef Ada, we're putting together a parfait and red velvet and chocolate parfait, right?
Yes.
We whisk that alive and all of that. So what next are we doing now?
So I'm gonna add in.
I like your earrings.
Thank you.
They're so lovely.
Thank you. So I'm gonna add in the cake and the whipped cream, layer by layer.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's just see you do one. And
whipped cream,
yeah.
Cake, whipped cream,
oh, that's
cake, whipped cream, cake. That's a song. Cake, whipped cream, cake, whipped cream, cake, whipped cream, cake. Oh,
go TT.
So let's just see her do one. It's what's up and about, by the way, but let's just see how it gets just one setup, and then we'll see how it looks like.
Yeah.
While she's doing that, we'll just take a look at some trends on X and all of that over the weekend. It's been a weekend, so at times in the morning there's just so much that you want to talk about that happened over the weekend. We'll just touch about a few that we can. Of course, the president was in Rome for the inauguration of the 27th Pontiff. So he was there. Bianco Ojukwu was there. Peter Obi was there. Bayo Nanuga was there. They gave their thoughts. A number of world leaders were there. It shows you the power, the unifying power that religion has. We have a Muslim president. He went there himself, which for me was something that I would say is in good faith.
And extremely significant.
Yes, he did send. He could easily have sent somebody, a minister or something, but he went himself. I mean, it's not his religion, so that's quite something. Bringing it down here, I mean, there is no problem with a Christian going to a mosque. There's no problem with. I remember this content creator doing iftar. You know, they went to churches also. They invited Christians into them to share in their as they were eating and all of that, which is a wonderful thing. We can all live in peace, unity, and harmony.
And you know,
all of these also remind me of just how much the world has evolved.
Definitely.
Looking at a lot of things that were trending over the weekend, I was really amazed, and I dare say, inspired as well. A lot of amazing things happening, things many people could never dream of. But this is really commendable.
Very honestly, there was a time, because you said the world has changed. There was a time that even certain countries might not have even been invited for such a ceremony like this.
That's true.
But that's one of the things that happened over the weekend. Yeah. Then, of course, there was a special wedding that happened over the weekend. Right. Now, there was a very emotional, heartfelt tribute from Davido to his manager, Asha Asika, who got married over the weekend. And everyone is just, seeing Davido in a different light. I'm like, I've always thought of him as a very, he writes a lot of love songs. So I'm thinking him writing something heartfelt is not really surprising to me. But the whole of his fandom seems to be reacting positively.
It's actually sweet to see.
Very, very sweet.
Yeah, I noticed that even when I shared it to the group, I had to write sweet.
Very sweet.
There's this thing about brothers, friends that become brothers.
Sure.
Like, you go to war together.
After 15 years, of course.
A lot of things that you guys have been through, the heartache and now the win, of course, which is worth celebrating. Yeah. It really is amazing. Which brings me to something
and then
else.
let's just congratulations, Asha, on on this amazing milestone, and may God bless your new home.
I'm holding back on something, so I'm just going to keep holding back.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you holding?
I was just going to say that the first time I ever, got to know of Asha was when it was trending that he and Kopi were in a relationship. So that's just what I wanted to say. But,
Mary, you
I find
have to drop it.
But
really interesting.
We're having our whipped cream
just how
second layer.
I can't believe I was actually staring at that. Mike got on.
So the whipped cream is coming off after you have put in the red velvet.
Yeah.
I'm sure the chocolate will come up on that one now.
Yeah.
So we said it before.
You're having separate
cake,
glasses for
whipped cream, cake, whipped cream, cake. That was what
looks
we were
amazing, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, guys, I don't know if you saw this stuff by T-Bills where he talked about him being the parent that doesn't want his child to be sneaking around and being rebellious.
Okay.
So he shared a photo of his child, that his daughter, his teenage daughter, with her boyfriend.
I think she's 18 now, right? She's not a teenager anymore.
Well, she's still a teenager.
18 is an adult, though. Even
16, 19, 17.
Sure?
When you're 20, then you're no longer 18.
Semantics.
Are you kidding me?
But 19. So once the teen is still in.
Yeah.
Hey, but 18. So once someone is 18, they can get married. They could be, tried in court or whatever.
Still within their teenage.
Yeah, exactly. But she's still a teenager. She is still. Okay. In Korea, even, at least I know South Korea, as a teen, you're still not an adult. Wow. You become an adult when you're 21. So, it's applicable to different places.
She was standing in this photo with her boyfriend, who apparently is, very respectable boy. And he's also he praised him, gave him some accolades as well. And I'm like, okay, he's bringing the boy close. But this is not the average reaction a guy has to
his daughter.
No, to even receiving his daughter's boyfriend. I don't know, maybe what movies have told us, what we've seen online. When a man is receiving his... Okay, I'll go to that Will Smith scene with Martin Lawrence where his daughter's boyfriend arrived at the door and they arrived with 2 pistols. Like, who did you come to see? That's the reaction you expect a guy to have when receiving
So I have my opinion on that, but I'm wondering at Mike's.
I don't have an opinion yet.
Because Mike seems lost in thoughts about it.
I'm not thinking about it.
You're not thinking about it. You're more concerned about the cake.
No, but your daughter brings home a guy. Brings home a guy. Mike, it's only a guy that can respond to this. Your daughter brings home a guy. What is your initial response?
That probably was not the first time. So they were going out somewhere. So
okay.
Shouldn't you as a parent be happy? I mean, at 18, a number of children are growing much faster these days.
Sure.
At that 18, probably might be her 3rd boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Maybe even 4th.
Oh,
yeah. meet your average 18-year-old.
It's possible.
Scary possible.
Your average 18-year-old.
Yeah,
probably in a third
third
relationship.
doesn't mean that intimate. It might just be that she's been going out with different people.
Or no intimacy,
Yeah.
I'm just saying on the average, your 18-year-old, probably in a third or fourth relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Scary.
It is. If you look at standards, I mean, they're talking about 13, 12-year-olds now who are already in relationships, and then you start moving. So you think about it. What's the average length of a relationship, especially in such a culture?
Yeah, a culture like today.
Exactly. So 3, 4.
I personally would
But it's a good thing for
love to
me.
meet my child's boyfriend.
Yeah, but you're the mom.
Yeah.
It's different for the dad.
It's the best way to protect the
Yeah, true
child,
that.
really.
It's different for
It
the
is.
dad.
True that. But for me, like you mentioned about that movie, I'd want to see somebody who, for being a dad over my daughter, if I love that daughter, I would love to see the guy. I hope he's strong.
Yes.
I hope he can protect her.
Exactly.
Physically as well as.
And it also curbs guys.
Psychologically
He
and emotionally,
knows
so it's a good thing.
the dad is
So the
involved.
response of the guy to the father will tell the father a lot about who this guy is. You know.
But then, of course, we'll continue the conversation. You can join us on social media as well using the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where the
Already top of the
conversation
hour.
continues
It
from.
is.
Yes, it is.
Interesting. Mary and Titi now, okay, no, Mary has worked small. It's Titi that's about to start working
After
now.
all the cake you're eating.
Don't mind you.
After this time out.
I'm Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Welcome to... Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it, you'll feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's live camera.
very hot cup of coffee is a wonderful way to start a morning. Good morning and welcome to the second lap of the show. My name is Mike Mesikeno and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Well, we've had one full hour so far in the show. It's been quite an interesting hour. We've had a wonderful discussion in the kitchen. I've had quite a lot of vanilla cake. Oh no, none of vanilla, red chocolate and of course red velvet and chocolate. There's just so much just going around. Was the cake that good? Ada, your cake was so good. I'm just going over the words and all of that. But hey, thank you so much. We already have the whipped cream and all of that coming together. We'll get to take a look at what's going on in the kitchen a little bit later on. Well, we've had a wonderful first time. We've even had an SME discussion. Hope you're able to pick up something and learn from Kijipa Couture. Well, there are options where you can catch us live. tvcentertainment.tv, that's the website where you can also hook us up to GOTV channel 16, StarTimes 121, and the terrestrial band with the ultra high frequency 14.9. Our app is available on the Google Play Store and Apple iOS where you can catch us. Well, Chef Ada's already, she's already hit it down in the kitchen. Of course, serenading us with that wonderful chocolate and red velvet cake. We'll get to take a look at it later on. But okay.
Yeah. Look at that. It's actually very
let's take a look at it. Exactly.
Looks so good. Wow, nice. Nice. And this plastic or glass?
Acrylic.
Acrylic, yeah.
Okay.
Very lovely parfait.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Lovely.
Nice. So the toppings will go in.
Next.
And you know, it's not about who begins. It's about who ends it. Yes, so Mike will not end it.
Mary, I'm not there.
I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at the cafe. Mike will not see the end of this.
Funny thing is that, truth be told, when I saw Mary and Titi peeking in, I was scared out of my wits.
Yeah.
But I did have had my feel of cake already, so they can do whatever they want to do. And some very nice hot coffee to go with it. Well, we have the beautiful game coming right up. I'll take a look at events in football that happened across the weekend. Quite a chaotic weekend with a whole lot happening in the EPL, in La Liga, and also Serie A. And then, of course, locally with the Flying Eagles, the under-20, we have Tolulokwe Obanro, Nigerian film composer. He won the Best Music Score at the African Magic Viewers' Choice Award 2025 as the composer of 7 Doors. We'll be having a discussion with him a little bit later. So personally, how do you deal with that last smudge of coffee or milk that's at the edge of the cup when you want to, when you're done, that last one? Do you put your finger in it or do you just try to raise it up? Well, I'd have loved to show you what I do, but maybe you might think it is inappropriate. Well, we'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We'll be back. There's quite a lot more to come on Second Lap. Declan Rice with that wonderful goal as Arsenal defeated Newcastle. I'm sure Mary will be happy. I'll have her thoughts a little bit later. But good morning and welcome to the beautiful game. Of course, quite a lot went down with games across the weekend in the Premier League. Started on Friday. Now, these matches were quite the matches when it comes to what happened and all of that, okay? Let's see. Let's start with, let's start with Aston Villa, who were up against Spurs. I remember, and I've spoken quite a few days back, even weeks, that for Chelsea or for Spurs and Manchester United, that they would probably lose every game up until they play that Europa League final, which is, of course, going to be on Wednesday. Well, as you can see here, they were up against Aston Villa and Chelsea, respectively, and they lost. It seemed as though Manchester United were going to give Chelsea a run for their money. Harry Maguire scored a goal earlier on, which was disallowed after a VAR check, but Chelsea came up trumps. Aston Villa also came up trumps. Both teams need the points as much as they can to qualify into the Champions League, and it's getting set to go into the final day. We'll talk about how all of the table looks like, but on Sunday, Everton defeated Southampton 2-0. West Ham, of course, lost at home to Nottingham Forest. Quite an interesting match with 16 minutes of extra time, 1-2. Brentford, they lost at home to Fulham, 2-3. And then Leicester, it was quite a dramatic game with Jamie Vardy making his 500th and final appearance for Leicester City up against Ipswich Town, who have both been relegated. He scored his 200th goal. There was a banner calling him the GOAT and appreciating his input into the club all the time that he stayed with them. I mean, from the highs of a Premier League title down into the Championship and coming back up. Jamie Vardy has been the epitome of what a leader, a loyal and faithful player and servant of the club. So there, big kudos to Jamie Vardy. We'll get to see what he has next on the line. But Arsenal versus Newcastle is the one that a number of people will be interested about. Arsenal, of course, used this match to solidify their place on the table in second position. So Champions League football is now sure for Arsenal, but Newcastle still have a lot to fight for. Mary, was this result in doubt for you? Did you think that Arsenal were going to defeat Newcastle in that particular game at the Emirates Stadium?
It was a game that, for many, wasn't as impressive as would have been expected. Being that at the start of the match, it seemed like the boys were a bit slow. Oh yeah, you could see the tiredness. Yes, the season is coming to an end after all. You could see the exhaustion also. Raya made some mistakes which thankfully didn't convert to goals. I mean, within the first 10 minutes, Newcastle already had 3 shots. And, well, of course, some he managed to save. And at the end of the day, we're just grateful that it ended well. But let's also mention the fact that many of the matches played over the weekend were also game changers, definers as well. As it is with Chelsea's win, it has put Newcastle on their toes regarding the results of the match, because Newcastle would have been a bit stronger even with 1 point, because that would have put them at 67 points on the third place. But then, of course, that would have worked well for Arsenal. The match between Arsenal and Newcastle is one that was filled with quite a number of highs and lows. And there were also moments when you would just think that, oh, Newcastle is going to score this goal, and then somehow. And Arsenal also missed some chances. The highlight, though, for many fans was when Kieran Tierney came on the pitch, and in fact there were lots of cheers for him. It's sad to see him go. He's loved, however, he's injury prone, so spoke
about the points.
Arteta has to let him go.
You spoke about the points differential while you were talking about that particular match, and let's take a look at the table here. As we can see, Liverpool, of course,
Mike, before we even focus on the table, I'm still, last week, Monday, you recall we were talking about the whole Europa League and how Man U and Hotspurs are seemingly going to get a chance to go to the Champions League, right? It's even more disgraceful that if it weren't because the bottom 3 were really terrible this season, these guys are literally bottom 5.
They are.
Tottenham Hotspurs is 4th to the bottom. Man U, 5th to the bottom. It's disgraceful.
Well, talking about that, let's probably start with what Mary is just talking about there. Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton have been so bad, 25 points. That's a top team that is to be relegated. Tottenham Hotspur with 38, Manchester United with 39. And look at it. Look at the matches that they have lost in this season. I mean, it's appalling to say the least. Manchester United have lost 18 matches and these guys have lost 21. Where and how do you start talking about something like this?
Yes, they have a chance through Europa League.
I can't even believe, like Manchester United, 18 losses. Look at Tottenham Hotspur's 21. It'll be shocking. Like I say, even as much as I expect that Wednesday's match is going to be quite an interesting one, I would still Christian it El Clownico, because you can't have the 16th and 17th place teams on the table, just talking about Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspurs, fighting for a place in the Champions League when a whole lot of other teams from 15th to 8th position will not be there. So, well, that's that for that. And like we said, let's take a look at the top of the table.
Okay.
And this is where there's going to be quite a battle. Arsenal, Newcastle, 66 points. Chelsea, 66 points. Aston Villa, 66 points. Now, Manchester City are 65, but they do have one match in hand above all these other teams, 36. Nottingham Forest, 37. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting, yeah? Final match day of the season will have Nottingham Forest against Chelsea.
Yeah.
The winner of this match will go straight into the Champions League.
Yes.
If there's a draw, it might be a problem depending on how the other results go. But that is a match a number of people will be looking at, talking about the final. Now, Aston Villa, one of them, who's going to play? Who's going to play Man U? One of them are going to play Man U. No, I can't get that down, but on subsequent episodes of the Beautiful Game,
but you
we'll talk about
a quick plot twist, Mike. The fact that if Man City win these 2 games left, they will tie with Arsenal at 71 points. If they win, though, of course, Arsenal will still be number 2 because of the goal difference.
Exactly. That's
it's crazy. It's crazy.
They still have one more point, but I think Arsenal has solidified second position well. But hey, come on, that's it. Thank you very much, Mary. That's it on the Beautiful Game for this Monday morning. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. There's still more to come on the show.
Major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
To Netflix's Greatest Stars reality docu-series Battle Camp.
Perfection. Endure grueling punishments.
Showmax unveils The Mummy Club Mbo, a dazzling new chapter in its hit reality franchise.
Getting home, my baby wakes up, so I haven't even taken a nap.
The Queen is here late to an event.
Don't come to my house and break things.
These and many more coming up on today's episode of Reality Check. But first, let's meet our commentators. Joining us as a special guest is Victory Bakara, winner, Nigerian Idol Season 8. And a surprise mentor on Nigerian Idol Theatre Week.
Who told you to buy me the man that was not providing?
You say you are going outside. All you end up doing is going outside.
But
the providing part, you not come back empty handed.
I will not accept that. Nigerian men do not cheat.
I don't get it.
I will not accept that. Stop internationally ruining us, because we have international fans. Hello guys, it's your boy Victory Bakara, winner of Nigerian Idol Season 8 and mentor at Nigerian Idol Season 10, and I'm here live at Reality Check at TVC. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, and who knows, I guess I'll see you soon.
òtútù ògbóná òdẹ̀ra onírà ọ̀rọ̀ ìfẹ́ wa àdánwò ni àfọ̀mọ́ kì í fìdí sílẹ̀ kò sí ìrìn lẹ́yìn òjò tìgbín tìkára lóhùn lọ nítorí ìfẹ́ la ṣe dá olólùfẹ́ o nítorí rẹ̀ la ṣe dá mi nítorí ìfẹ́ o la ṣe dá olólùfẹ́ o ìfẹ́ àdálẹ́ o nítorí rẹ̀ la ṣe dá mi.
All right, wonderful. And we are here just right at the end. Of course, Mary is here to
Observe.
Observe, okay.
And admire.
Observatory roles from Mary. Chef Chef
Big
Adaz
observer.
has put together something wonderful. If you just heard somebody say, well done, that's my guy Zainab. You'll probably see her tomorrow in Entertainment News and she will explain why she was shouting in the studio. But yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah.
I see that this whipped cream is a little bit, it's
Darker.
off-white. It's not as, well, what do you have in
Chocolate
this?
whipped cream. So I added a little bit of cocoa powder to the whipped cream.
Okay.
Yeah, for it to have that chocolate taste.
But when you're putting it on the chocolate cups, right?
coffee, yes.
Wouldn't it have been nice to put this one on this one?
Well,
The
it
chocolate
won't be a
on the
bad
red
idea,
velvet.
but it goes better with the chocolate cake.
I don't agree.
Really?
So I'm getting closer.
Should we experiment
I think I can
something?
bake.
Would you like to?
Yes, we should. We should experiment.
I think I have.
I'm up for
I think I have an
experiment.
extra cup.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we'll do is that for the down, we'll put chocolate, then we'll put red velvet, then we'll now put this one.
Okay.
Eh? We'll see
That's
how we
not
can try
bad.
with that. Yeah, that will be my own special. But there's quite enough to go round.
More than
Mary
enough,
would love
even.
to put all of it and take it home.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think
but that's not gonna happen.
I'd like to try the chocolate first.
Yeah, her eyes are sparkling.
They are sparkling, no? Chocolate, me. Oh.
Maybe you're too old for chocolate.
Sorry.
Is
A
anyone
girl is
old?
never too old for chocolate.
Exactly.
Please tell him.
A girl is.
A girl.
All right, so if you're just joining us, we've had from the beginning of the show, we're working on our red velvet and chocolate parfait.
Oh, this looks
You know,
amazing.
a red velvet cake and chocolate cake parfait, and Chef Ada has been throwing it down here with a wonderful. We did this from scratch here. I really enjoyed the whisking part. That was the part I enjoyed the most.
I'm just waiting for her to finish her so that we
You
can
know.
take spoon to that bowl.
So, no, you're not taking the spoon.
I don't
Mary.
understand.
I don't even
Are
know
you
why
going to
you're
stop
here.
me?
Please.
Why am I not here?
Shut down
Where
her
there's
mic.
chocolate, you see Mary.
Shut down her mic.
Hey, sure.
Okay, but we also have the toppings here for those of you who did not. We have some chocolate toppings, white and brown chocolate. We have some Oreos biscuits and some wafers there, which would be the topping on it. And then, this is well packaged. We also have the spoons there, which are going to take. Wonderful way to start off a breakfast. You know, for those of you who might say, this is something good to start the day with so that you can burn off the sugar or whatever as it comes. Because, you know, we do need sugar. The problem is always in excess, not in excess.
Yeah.
So it's not the point where a lot of people have kind of demonized sugar. The body needs sugar.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the people that have low blood sugar and it kills them?
Yes.
Exactly.
There was a recent incident.
Exactly. A recent one, an influencer who shows low blood sugar. So your body does need sugar, but it needs it in the required amount.
Yes.
So this is a good way to exactly good way to start your day, so that as you go out, you get to burn all of this kind of stuff. Wonderful way. Wonderful way. And so this is our cocoa mixed into whipped cream. All right, wonderful, wonderful. We're getting to see the end of it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just 7 cups of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
Mike did not go to school, but it's fine. I'm glad you didn't go to school.
Oh, good. Because it's only 7 I can see here.
Yes, it's actually 7. If you can see more than 7 on your own, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
With Mary here, it's now 6.
1, 2, 3. It's now 6.
It's now 6.
Yes.
With Mary here.
No, it's now 5.
6. Oh.
So 5. That's what
I didn't know Mary could even count better than me.
Yeah.
So it's 5. So
I suddenly understood.
What else you see here is AR.
It's AR.
What we do, you know that thing I used to see and say our menu. Maybe we can, if you take a look over, I'll show you the menu one time. But that thing that we used to put in the menu is what we used to put.
The menu is going to cover me now.
It's what we used to put extra. So that is not real, right? Yeah, it's not real. It's only 5 cups here.
Yeah,
Mary's counting better.
Just
5 they'll have there. Okay, wonderful. Why are we flattening out this one?
Just to level it, to give it a nice and presentable.
That was done for
the okay, that was done for Christmas. After the level, you now put that further topping and all of that, yeah? But let's see, maybe with 1 or 2, let's put our final.
Okay, so let's start with this.
Yeah, let's start with this one.
So
let's
before
put the final.
adding the toppings, the cookies or chocolates, you just have to sprinkle some syrup.
What syrup is that?
Strawberry syrup.
Strawberry. Okay. That will further highlight the red velvet. Wow, the taste of that. Goodness. Okay.
So,
if I wanted to buy this, how much would it cost?
So it depends. It depends. Like 3,000 or 3,500. It depends.
Okay. All right. Let's
you tell me what it depends.
Because we have different sizes of cups.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for this, it will go for 3,000 naira. Then for the chocolate, 3,500.
Okay.
Because chocolate is more expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Than
right. So let's see how it goes finally.
Do you want to give it a try?
If you give me this,
but you thought you meant to give it a taste.
So for no. For the red velvet, use the white. The white. Yeah.
For the red
so I like contrast.
Okay. But it's better. Put it in the middle.
In the middle, Mike.
We'll do an hour now to take the middle down.
It's fine now.
It's fine.
When you place it in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. And Mike is learning fast. Very intelligent guy.
So you can also add wafer to it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you put it whole? Maybe put it apart.
For it to be enough.
No,
this is for chocolate.
For it to be enough.
This is for chocolate.
That's for chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get to see how all of them look like, but I love this. This is quite the presentation when it comes to how it looks finally. Yeah, it is. It does. All right, today.
That's what I meant.
It's a bit too long, don't you think?
It'll be too long. Don't mind that.
No, I think it's fine. Perfect. Yeah.
That's perfect about it.
It looks too long.
It looks too long.
That makes it 4 cups now.
Break it, Joe.
Why are you breaking it? You just reduced it to...
It looks fine now when it's short.
After she broke it, turned back to 5 cups.
So...
All right, so Chef Ada, well done. We'll get to see how it looks finally when we come back after this time out and after our final guest on the show. Stay with us.
Entertainment to me means fun and knowledge. Being a singer, when you sing a song or a theater art or a visual art, you are actually telling a story. You can do a drama that inspired people and tell them a story and give them some kind of inspiration and knowledge. Yeah, to me basically, entertainment means fun and knowledge.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Level 2, electrified fence. That's terrifying. Let's get out of here.
Hey Nick fam! Remember, Nick on TVC is your one-stop for engaging children's shows like El Tigre, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob SquarePants, Kung Fu Panda, and lots more to keep the kids glued to their screens. Catch us on Mondays to Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on TVC.
Welcome back. Now it is my pleasure to be seated right here with our final guest. You saw him perform earlier on today, but did you know exactly who was performing for you? Wow, the AMVCA winner himself, Tolulope of Banro. He is a Nigerian film composer and he's been nominated for the Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards 3 times for Best Soundtrack category. He won the Best Music Score at the AMVCA 2025 as the composer of 7 Doors. He also created the scores for Jagun Jagun in 2023, A Tribe Called Judah in 2023 as well, which became the first Nollywood movie to hit 1 billion at the box office. Now, he's also won the awards at the Headies for 2025 as well. It's great to have you, Tolulope.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
And that's it. That's the award right there. And I have to say, it's heavier than it looks.
Yes,
wow. I would like to thank the Academy. Okay, you know, everybody does that when they hold an award. But this is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so now musical score is something we don't really talk about as much as I wish we did. But without the music and the score and the sound design of a film, imagine watching a film with no sound.
Yeah.
It would be completely flat.
Yes.
And people like you work on this back to back.
Yes.
Let's talk about how this journey started and what exactly goes into the score of a Nigerian movie.
Okay, my journey started way back as a teenager, like say 14, 15, when I first just saw a keyboard that could have like sequence. What I mean by sequence is you can have one instrument play under another, under another. So, I mean, I just started playing piano well then, but I was like, okay, I should be able to make something out of this. And then, boom, was the first one. That's for just making music. So, along the line, I think I made a lot of music, a lot of gospel music actually. For artists like Mike Abdul, Tosibi, Yinka Lasheri, and all that. Then in 2013, 14, I think I did some YouTube movies and all of that. Then came 2019. I met Dr. Bayo Adekwetu, and Dr. Bayo was like, "Oh, kid, you're good. Let's do this together. I'm going to give you this," and that way I did Your Excellency with him, Princess with him, King of Boys to Unintentional, Cash and Bill, a lot of others. Then 2022 I did King of Thieves.
King of Thieves.
Yes.
So you've done King of Boys, you also did King of Thieves.
All the kings are really good.
Jagu Jagu, Brotherhood,
Gangs of Lagos.
Gangs of Lagos, all the musicals. Everybody loves Jennifer.
Yes.
So, you know, when I heard 7 Doors, automatically my mind went to epics.
Yes.
You know, because epic music or epic soundtracks have to have this, you know, ethnicity involved in it as well. Very deep sounds. And you know, we're very emotional people, Nigerians. So all the emotions have to come out in the music.
Yes.
But the others are like action sequences as well.
Yes.
So how do you find a balance? Where do you get your inspiration from?
Okay, so first, I think for a lot of movies, I think for different movies, different inspirations. So generally, I'm going to try as much as possible to categorize epic into one, then the urban and all of that into one. Now, for epics, what I thought of was, okay, we have a lot of these epics that just comes with, remember what we used to do? Oba, this is not how you do. Oba, so, I mean, I felt like, okay, if this was going to go beyond the boundaries of Nigeria, Africa, then there has to be a fusion of the culture that we have with actually trying to make it break bounds. Just imagine Afrobeat with the way we used to play it, which is good, and what we have now, which is better. So I think that was what, I mean, prompted my style of creating music for epics. Like, it has to cross borders and it must carry our culture as it's crossing. So that was it for epics. And then for the urban, it's actually trying to interpret the emotions of Africans, Nigerians, differently from what it would be if Tom Cruise or Ryan Coogler.
So you know, you've actually gone where I was going, because we hear about musical score from amazing, with amazing directors like James Cameron, Steven Spielberg, and you hear whole orchestras, right?
Yes.
And so I was wondering if building your score here and a Hollywood movie, if there are any similarities or what are the differences?
Of course, music is just 12 notes.
Okay.
The first similarity is we are about those 12. It's just how you use them. So first, I attempted to do something differently and not just use my piano. Was on Gangs of Lagos.
Okay.
So, and then from then, I didn't stop. Anytime I have the opportunity to, I try. In Gangs of Lagos, I had like an orchestra of drums. An orchestra of drums that was like 15 people playing.
Okay, for Gangs of Lagos?
Drums. Yes, for Gangs of Lagos.
Okay.
15 people played an orchestra of drums. I described to them what they are supposed to play. Okay, play this. If you listen to the opening of Gangs of Lagos, you realize that you just be hearing bang, 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 and it's not so on time. That's the human factor in trying to make music than use the computer when everything is just quantized and so rigid. So, I mean, that was the first time, and the next was Jagu Jagu. I went on set, had a whole of those babas playing me something, and
with
then
the talking
I recorded.
drums?
Yes, I recorded it, brought it back to the studio.
But was it the ambience of the set that helped, or do you always want a studio set to back up your sound? Because Africa, you know, we have a lot of interferences with our sound.
Yes.
So how do you achieve that?
So it works good for epics because most epics are done in the thick bush that you won't have that interference of on and all that out there. So what I did the first time was to just go with my mics and gather people and like, please sing this for me, sing, and as much as possible, do noise gating, do a way of cleanups, and then I was hoping that it would come out good. And when I took it back to the studio, it was just amazing. So I built it from there.
Honestly, I also, by now you know I'm very interested in sound. I'm very interested in sound because I also edit audio myself. Not on the level that you do, but this is not Adobe Audition kind of editing. This is on another level
actually.
And this is also hearing something before it's even seen on screen. So the reaction to that people have to your soundtracks now, how does that make you feel? Because you never know how people are going to react.
Okay, first the first time I tried this, I was scared. I was like, okay, people don't make sounds like this. Am I sure it's going to be like generally accepted? That was during Prophetess. And lo and behold, the director and Dr. Bayo liked it. I was like, oh, you do? Okay, so let me just keep doing this. Then that was how I decided, like, okay, let me try something new for King of Thieves. You know, the normal Yoruba, you just hear this flute, and talk drum up and down. I was like, what happened to Troy? What happened to having a Nigerian sound, evoking those kind of orchestra, and then just making it big, deep, and banging, you know. So I tried it, and I mean, everybody liked it, and that was my break. Everybody like, okay, who did this sound? This is the sound, and that was my break. I don't think I've had another. I mean,
but you've had quite a lot of nominations. You were nominated, what, 7 times? When?
Yeah, 7 times in one. 3 in 2003
Okay.
and 4 this year.
4 this year.
Yes.
Amazing. So now you have one of these to put on your mantelpiece.
Yeah, well, thanks to Africa Magic, I'm going for more.
Yes, of course, and we're definitely here with you on this matter because when we hear of personalities like yourself, it sort of gives us hope on the international scale that so if anyone points to Nigeria, they basically point at you right now when it comes to musical score.
Yes.
But does that put pressure on you to build the next big score?
Okay, so I think the pressure will always be there. It's not just because I just won an award or I'm the face of maybe a music score for now. But I think each time I work on a project, I put down everything so that the next time I'm working on another, I feel empty and like, okay, what do I do next?
Wow.
I mean, that has helped to make sure that every project I work on is just good. You know, so there's no pressure more than it has always been, so I hope that the next project comes again and I'm like, okay, what do I do? I think that's when I'm very sure that I'm doing the right thing.
So you've done action, sequence, sound, sound design, not engineering, sound design.
Yes.
You've also done musical score, but then you have other movies that are more on the comical side.
Yes.
Like Everybody Loves Jennifer.
Yes.
So I know that building that kind of sound is completely different from anything an epic would have.
Yes.
So without the sound, sometimes you feel like, the comedy doesn't come out.
Yeah.
So do you have a comical side to you to be able to do that kind of stuff?
So I think the first thing for every movie is talk to the director or the executive producer. Shout out to Femi Adebayo when I wanted to do all those epics. They had an idea, and then a big shout out to Mrs. Funke Akindele.
Of course.
I mean, when she starts shooting, she's already sending you the idea of sounds she wants.
Wow.
I mean, for like Tribe Called Judah, she literally wrote everything.
Wow.
Lyrics, everything, and like, okay, this is what I want for it. And I also want this kind of sound. I want drums, I want this. So for most of those things, you talk to the director first, and then you kind of like, okay, this is the idea we want. Then you build it even way above, what you've been asked to do.
Okay.
So talking to Auntie Funke for Everybody Loves Jennifer, she started sending me stuff when they started shooting, like, this place will be like this. Then even finishing, I was like, okay, for this place, I still think, I'm like, okay, cool, let's have it. We're in the studio together. So for the comic side, I did my best, and then I was amazed at the reception and all that. I mean, for some movies, you finish them with like, am I really done? You go back to it like last minute before you send it, last minute before you do it. But for most of those, for Auntie Funke, for example, I had time.
Okay.
So there was going and coming, but very, very good and mild. So I mean, that's
so before we wrap it up, we know that in the abroad, Hollywood, they spend probably like a year, 2 years scoring movies. But how long does it take you on average?
Okay. Okay, so let me just use a random. If it's normal urban and all that, it should take like 4-6 weeks. Normally, we should have like 6 months.
Okay.
I had time on Lisha B. I had to go to and fro with Latif Adedimeji, who also knows what he's doing, by the way.
Of course.
He's always there to like, please, so what's the sound like? And on phone, he's calling, how is it? Like, okay, relax, but you can come and check then. So we had time on Lisha B.
Amazing.
We had a shorter time on,
you keep saying the word time, and I know that right now time is of essence. It's time for us to head to the kitchen at this point. But we have to take this award with us, so we cannot leave it here. Please carry it here.
Okay,
please.
Am I taking it with me?
Yeah,
or you want it?
I honestly, I'll gladly take it from you. But
okay, no, let
fine.
me have it. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. Let's take a stroll to the kitchen.
All right.
want to claim is the one in the kitchen.
Yeah,
but you're welcome to the kitchen. Yes.
Chef Ada, well done, yeah? You put this together quite a lot when it comes to options that you can use and all of that. So just tell us how we got to this, just rush over it and all of that. Of course, we started with breaking, mashing up the cake, yeah.
And then the whipped cream. Yeah. And then we had to layer the whipped cream and the cake together.
Maybe should we do this again? Whipped cream, cake, whipped cream, cake, whipped cream, cake.
And toppings.
And toppings.
Yes.
So which would you like to try? The chocolate or the red velvet?
Red velvet, please.
Okay. I thought you would be a chocolate man.
No, please. So this one looks like.
Like what? Like epic.
Good.
Digging already.
Chef, it really looks
wow.
Thank you. Yeah. Yummy, huh?
It's very nice.
He wants to start signing
as your guest, am I going with all of this?
No.
Oh, what's that stuff?
Good.
This is where in
this
the soundtrack you hear.
Play my.
This is so good. Well done.
Well done, Chef.
Wow.
Thank
Great
you.
one there. Well done. It's been a wonderful time on the show. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having
more
me.
grease to your elbows.
Thank you so much.
Indeed.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.